up just for you. If you haven't seen this one, holy shit! Soul Separator in this is gonna be awesome. Hang on a minute.
This card's awesome.
Chat, are you rating my pun or the card? Anyways, Soul Separator. Though I actually stole that pun from Reddit, so it wasn't mine. But Soul Separator, 3 mana for an artifact. Pay 5 mana, sack Soul Separator, and then there's 8 more lines of text.
Oh my God.
Exile target creature card from your graveyard. Put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that card, except it's a 1/1 spirit and it has flying. So that tree's the tree becomes a 1/1 spirit with that ability on it with flying. Right? You use the ability on one turn. It takes them to 1 because the toughness is 1.
Oh no! Wow, that's sweet.
Yeah, and then.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really
so
cool.
That's the wombo combo. If you could do the Soul Separator,
Wow.
Tree of Perdition in the graveyard, get the Tree of Perdition, turn it into a 1/1 spirit, make their life total 1, and then attack them with the 1/1 spirit.
Yeah, that's
You've
sick.
won life. You've won.
That's
You've
so
won
cool.
Magic forever. That's the wombo combo.
This is pretty sweet. I feel like they missed a good opportunity with the other the thing with the cards that meld and stuff. How is Soul Separator not a meld card or soming?
Soul Separator?
It's like the reverse of a meld
no,
card.
it splits the cards apart. I don't know. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish they could have made it so that it actually physically took apart the meld cards and put them, put them on the battlefield separately. But no.
Oh yeah, Rastier made a good point. You can't actually attack with it after you put him to 1 because it's Defender.
Oh god damn it, Rastier! What? Come on. Why you gotta be like that?
he might have saved you a game or something.
Well, the 0-13. Okay. The 0-13 wouldn't have Defender, and then you could put Strange Augmentation on it and attack for 1.
How good is a 0-13 for 4 all day?
This is actually going to be really fucking good.
I'd run 20 of these. This card's amazing.
I don't know about running 20. I definitely run 2 or 3 or 4 though. This card's very good.
Yeah, excellent.
Like people don't realize, because I called this in Battle for Zendikar, and this is one of the very few calls I made correctly about Battle for Zendikar, but I called that Fortified Ramparts was going to be a very good card. Like no one agreed with me on that one.
Yeah.
Fortified Ramparts 0/6 for 2 mana. I said, look, this card's gonna be good, and it's good because it does its job really well. Not much attacks through a 0/6. So if you have a deck with evasive creatures, it's fucking amazing. Same thing with this card, except it even has more upside. It does its job insanely well, and you can completely reset your opponent's life total. Why am I in Discord right now? Cool. Anyways, what do you want to rate this as? This card is...
Tree of Perdition?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is like a B+.
B+?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. It doesn't really help you win the game, but it keeps you from losing. And
really well.
Really well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it was just if it didn't even have that text, it was just an 0-13 for 4, I'd give it like a B-. So this text is nice.
Yeah.
Strand 9.
People disagree with me. It's not a C- Corvus. It's definitely not a C-. Think of this as removal for your opponent's best creature.
This is removal.
This is removal for your opponent's best creature, or it takes their best removal out of their hand, because there isn't anything that's removing this that isn't going to remove anything else, basically.
Exactly.
Right? So, they're going to be using their Murder or their Bound by Moonsilver or their Angelic Purge or something else that could be hitting another one of your creatures, or it's removing their best creature. So, that doesn't have flying. But that doesn't.
Not to mention, if you have this out, you can throttle it and then Tree of Perdition.
Oh yeah, super value.
Throttle for damage.
Okay. Here's the wombo. All right. Well, bear with me. So we have a 0-13 on the field. We put Strange Augmentation on it. Oops. No, I didn't want to do that.
Or you can go dead weight, Strange Augmentation, dead weight.
No. and then where did the card go? and then we ruthless disposal it. So it's a 0-1, no, a negative 12-1, and then we use the ability.
There it is.
There it is. We
Yes.
did it, chat. We did it.
Yes. I love it. +1/+1, then -13, -3.
Yes,
Excellent.
that's how we do it. All right.
Love it. Now it's definitely a B+.
Yeah, definite B+. Anyways, Vampire Cutthroat. 1 black mana for a 1/1 Skulk Lifelinker. That's it. But it's a vampire.
This needs to not have Skulk, and it needs to have Death
Touch? I mean, well,
This is cutting no one's throat.
Against some decks, this card reads Drain 6.
Yeah.
Right? Against some decks. That's pretty good. But
No, I do like this card, but
I think this is, well, I don't know if I like this card.
Oh,
I think this is closer to sideboard fodder.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know.
Vampires be vampires though.
I don't even think it's very good in the vampire deck though, unless you have like vampire anthem effects. Then it could be pretty good, but I don't like this.
I was still gonna give it a C.
You're gonna give it a C?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is sideboard. I don't want to main deck this almost ever.
How many one-powered things are there in the set? Now, I haven't seen that many from what we've gone through so far.
That's a good point. I don't know. Probably less than the last set. There were a lot in the last set.
There were a lot in the last set, yeah.
I don't know though. That's a good point.
Now, if this was a 1/2, would you be like, I'm in?
Yeah. If it was a 1/2, I'd be in.
All right, fair enough. I'll give it a C- now.
I think it's like some people are gonna play this every time they have it, and it'll probably be really good for them sometimes and really awful for them other times.
Yeah,
But
like
Skulk
if your opponent has
yeah.
Tree of Perdition, this card's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the counter.
Yep.
You got it. I don't know. I think this is pretty bad. Let's call it like a C- / sideboard.
Okay.
Good against some decks, but probably better in the board, maybe? This is a card I could be totally wrong on, but I don't think the ceiling is very high on this, is the thing.
Nah, it's definitely not.
Voldaren Pariah. So cards, rares with Voldaren in their name tend to be good. So what does this one say? Flying 3/3 for 5 mana. But it does have madness for 3 black symbols. So that's a thing. You could theoretically get this out on turn 3 with some of the draws in this format. And it's not even that hard if you're very heavy on black.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says, sacrifice 3 other creatures, transform it. And it turns into Abolisher of Bloodlines, which is a 6/5. And when it transforms into Abolisher of Bloodlines, target opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. So it's like you triple edict yourself to triple edict your opponent.
And you get a 6/5 flyer.
And you get a 6/5 flyer out of the deal.
This card seems pretty ridiculous.
I think it's good.
Vampires are super cheap, which makes it, I think, better than good.
Yeah, the risk is that you get it removed, but at that point they've lost their board as well. So it's the ceiling on this card is sky high, and it'll kill them in 3 or 4 hits.
Yep.
I'm in. I like it.
Yeah, I'm definitely in. I love the flavor. I love everything about it. What do we give it though?
So it's this horrible top deck. Depends on the board state.
No,
Sometimes it's
I think
really
they're talking
good
about
top
the
deck.
1/1 lifelinker.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. 3/3 flyer for 5. I mean, this can't be less than a B.
3/3. You think a 3/3 flyer for 5 is a B? I don't think so.
I mean,
But a 3/3 flyer
what
with
did you
madness
rate?
for 5 would be probably like a C plus, or maybe a C.
So here's the reason why I really love this card. It's the sacrifice 3 creatures. Like, you can do that whenever. So they have to kill this thing first. This thing's bigger than a 3/3 for 5, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
no, I definitely. I'm not saying it's a C. I'm saying it's indefinitely good. I'm just wondering if does this warp the game, or is it just a really good value creature?
Oh, this warps the game for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because all the vampires are super cheap. Generally, the vampires, if you could exchange them for your opponent's good value creatures, like the 3 drops to 4 drops.
And there's a lot of creatures that are designed to be sacrificed as well.
Exactly, yeah.
So we can call this like a B plus or A minus, I think. This is
I give it a B
good.
plus, I think.
Yeah. B plus seems fair.
Yep.
Very strong card. Removal is a bit situational, but very tough to play around.
Yeah, this card's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, if this thing just comes out of nowhere, you're gonna lose the game. It's like, oh no. You know?
And it also, the other thing is that it makes it very difficult for your opponent to attack too, because if you
you go block, 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 or chump or whatever, and then you're just like, oh, sack my team, you sack 3 creatures.
Yeah.
So it's upon transforming that they have to sack when this.
Yes. So
Okay.
the ability will go on the stack. This isn't quite like Morph. So the ability will go on the stack. They could Fiery Temper it in response.
Okay. Yeah.
So there is blowout potential. If it was a Morph card, holy shit. But no, it's still really good. Okay, Wailing Ghoul, and we're almost done. We're in the W's. 1 in a black, zombie, a 1/3. When it enters the battlefield, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. I mean, it's basically scavenger. No, what's the 2/1 in blue that mills 2?
Yeah. This
It's
Mills
that
2,
guy.
right?
Mills 2, yeah, Mills 2. It's that guy, but less aggro, more defensive.
Which I think zombies probably won anyway.
Probably. I don't love this though. I think this is probably like a C minus because it's an enabler. Like some decks will really want this effect.
Yep.
1/3s aren't that bad though, Vinyl. I mean, they're playable. You're getting the right amount of stats for 2 mana, even if they're not situated perfectly.
I think it's C minus C. I agree.
Yeah, it's like most black decks probably won't want this, but some really will. So.
Oh, this next one, I'm so upset it costs 4.
Yeah.
I want it
Weirded
to be 3.
Vampire?
So, I want it to be 3.
Well, you can
so
make
bad.
it cast 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you go.
I mean,
honestly, if you were to go 2-drop into this thing, that's pretty sexy.
this is the 1 madness card in black.
Is that true?
I'm
This is
pretty
it?
sure it's the only one. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure.
That's gross.
Yep.
That's mean.
But the upside is that there are a lot of madness enablers that have 0 cost in this set. There are quite a few, actually.
Wow. So all the black madness cards in Shadow just got like way better.
Yes, they got better because there's a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot of outlets for them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. This is fine. I think it's like probably a C plus because there's so many ways to discard.
I mean, this
Black,
is a bad twins, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bad Twins of Mora Estate. It's
a bad Twins.
Good way to think about it. I mean, Twins of Mora Estate probably ended up being like a B, like a solid B.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, in the right deck, like they just couldn't attack you on turn 3 or
it
4.
was just the perfect 3-drop. Let's call this a C plus.
Yep. I
Good
agree.
reward for madness. Last one, Whispers of Emrakul. 1 in a black, sorcery. Target opponent discards a card at random, but wait, there's more. Delirium. If there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, him to Turok.
I like the Hymn to Turok. I don't like Whispers of Emrakul, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because if you have a vessel, if you have 2 vessels of nascency, I'd play this. I'd snap play this.
Yeah, for sure, but like...
You're not going to get that very often.
And by the time this happens, like they only have 3 or 4 cards anyway.
Which means that your odds are pretty good that you hit the bomb, right?
Yeah, if they have it, yeah.
This definitely does seem more like a constructed card.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know how to rate this one. I think that this is more of a build around. Like if you have a very strong Delirium deck that can achieve Delirium reliably on turn 4,
Which is absurd.
Well, but there were a few decks in the last format that could do that. Like if you had 2 vessels and like a couple life from the.
Look, if you're playing 6 Wailing Ghouls in your deck, then this card's good.
But then you're playing 6 Wailing Ghouls, so.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't love it, but what should we call it?
I mean, for me, this is like a sideboard hoser. Like you're gonna crush your opponent as a sideboard.
This is when you know your opponent has Avacyn and you have no other answer. And you
Exactly.
just want to roll the dice.